Hi Leo, it's Romy. Welcome to my channel. This is your October 2021 soul story. So if you've got a sun rising or your moon is in the sign, this is a reading for you. We're going to give you some clarity. We'll break the energies down and help you to feel a little bit more empowered as to what we see unfolding in the next few weeks. So into Libra season, of course, there's always an emphasis with Libran energy about balancing out and harmonizing those relationships. And with air energy, it complements you elementally because it really tends to stoke the fire and it brings things to life. And in that third house that's activated during Libra season for you, we're also really being challenged in terms of the way that we think, the way that we communicate. And we're opening up your energy for October with the Five of Pentacles. Now, for me, this is about really putting some ghosts to rest. And I think understanding probably more clearly than you ever have before where you have either in the past or you're continuing to do so, taking people on as projects and where that has redirected your energy and the investment that you've needed. And, you know, as a result of that endeavor, you may well have been left feeling that your expectations weren't met. You haven't been able to feel fulfilled. There's been something that has left you feeling outside in the cold. And so the very nature of everything that you are, all the beauty that you have to give that's kind of contained in that beautiful rose, needs to come back to life. And that's not going to be in the direction of those people or even, you know, those projects or experiences that, have been. It's not that they're a waste of your time, but it's certainly time to reevaluate because let's face it, what we aren't changing, we're choosing. And I think that statement's like landing heavy for you this month because you are actually in an energy where you are really ready beautifully to start receiving. And so that scarcity story in terms of where it's showing up for you in relationships personally and professionally or in other aspects of your life, going under the microscope right now and being reevaluated in a really beautiful way. Now, Ace of Wands, you are literally going to read something, Leo, that brings that flower back to life. I love this. Look, you know, the step that we take when we allow ourselves to be released is that we bring something back into bloom. And the beginning of that, you know, is really amplified by the new moon energy that comes in on the 6th. So it's a new moon in Libra. It's going to be conjunct with Mars and it's trining with the goddess asteroid Ceres, and she's the goddess of harvest and nourishment. She's making her way through an air sign Gemini right now, and she's inviting us to nurture our higher mind. Now, Gemini does rule the third house, so you've got that synergy going on there, and there's this beautiful sacred soul language that's emerging for you. So something that you read, perhaps even something that you write, but I'm inclined to say it's literally something that you're going to come across. Someone's going to put a book in your hands, you're going to read something online, you're going to come across information that it is going to be transformational. It's as simple as that. You know, sometimes you can have those moments in life where literally something lands for you in a new way. You might have read it like 50,000 times and never really understood it. And all of a sudden there's something about it really making sense to you. And from that point on, it's like there's no more what ifs, could haves, maybes, should haves. There's like this moment of saying like, I can't live with regret. And you come to this really beautiful place of going like, it's now or never. But in that unfolding, because remember, ace energy is the beginning, it's the potential of something. And even though this flower is already growing immediately from that idea, that inspiration, from what has been activated as a result of what you've read in this beautiful text, you know, there's still a phase, a cyclical timing that needs to be understood in relation to this. And you know, you're demonstrating to me already that you're going to be choosing courage over comfort this month, Leo. And so, you know, what does that look like for you in your world? Well, you're going to be able to connect the dots much more powerfully. There's going to be pictures unfolding for you that are going to really align with your own instinct. And your King of Wands comes forward here, beautiful, just to amplify that energy even further. So your vision is coming to life. And there's something about understanding, because, we have so much emphasis around relationships, throughout this year with how we've been working with Aquarian energy in your 7th house, Leo. And there's a number of planets now shifting direct, including Saturn and Jupiter, that are in your 7th house. And so when they waken up from this slumber, and a lot of that internal introspection that you've been doing, and the mirroring energy, and even working, more deeply with shadow aspects of the self, through October, everything is like coming back to life in that way. And we start to see the physical manifestation of what we've been aligning our thoughts to, and our energetic, our vision boarding, our vision questing. It's really a powerful time for that to happen. And your King of Wands is really giving you the courage to come out of the comfort zone. Yeah, he's bringing that warmth and fire and energy to keep things going. But what we're also wanting you to understand is that in the process of laying these ghosts to rest, in the process of coming to terms with some powerful realizations with certain relationships in your life, and even, for many of you, this is going to be the deep soul relationship between you and you. I know a lot of you tune into the channel because that's where the firm focus and emphasis on, how do I move myself forward in my spiritual growth. But what you're going to understand is that, the actions doesn't need justification, but what it does mean is that when you understand them, you can kind of release yourself from responding to them. Does that make sense? Let me say that again. So if you are coming up against experiences with someone else and they are making you feel less than, or you are aware of a pattern, or someone who's returning from the past, because of course we've got Mercury retrograde, right? So especially in Libra and a partnership sign, so it's highly likely. But when that happens, star energy, beautiful, we are aware of what someone's actions and what their words, and how it's impacting us, and knowing where they're coming from and why they're doing it. It doesn't excuse it, but the context gives you the opportunity to say, okay, now I'm going to let it go. It's just like almost sometimes we need to understand why are they doing it, and then when we know why they're doing it, then we can kind of find it. It's an easier way for us to make peace with it, even if it's still not okay. I hope I'm articulating that correctly in terms of how Spirit want me to put it across. But your star energy here, and of course that does link into the sign of Aquarius. So we also want to say that there are some beautiful gifts to come in for you this month. Beautiful gifts, Leo. Now, when Jupiter shifts direct on the 17th, pay attention in and around the days that follow, because of course it links into our abundance and our ability to be able to receive, the bountiful blessings that Jupiter has to offer us. And as a result of the work that you've been doing on your soul journey, something should come to life, something should be validated or demonstrated to you that's going to help you feel more hopeful and optimistic about a certain area in your life. And the star is coming in with a beautiful, gentle, restorative energy as well, which again you may well need if you're on some kind of healing path in relation to kind of letting someone or something go. It's not easy, is it? And what I want to say in regards to this as well is, let's talk about how you're going to be measuring your progress through the course of October, because often, we'll say even just a little inch, if I can just be a better person than I was yesterday, or if I can chart that progress and see that there has been movement, then that's enough. But what about those times when we go right back into that version of the self, or that pattern, or we have those kind of a days where it's like, well, there's certainly no progress forward in terms of me being a better person in this moment. And that's okay, So sometimes we have to use a different way to kind of measure things. And in that moment, it could be how you're actually nurturing yourself back from that. You're having justice energy right at the center of your reading, which I adore, because this is about what's it going to take to find that sense of equilibrium within the self. We know that contrast in life is going to keep delivering it. We're going to keep being pushed out of our comfort zones. We're going to keep becoming disconnected from ourselves because of the projections of other people. It's very difficult to envisage a state where we would ever not be affected by what is happening around us. And so it's okay to know that that's going to happen. And some days when we feel a little bit more vulnerable or a little bit less well equipped, it can really take us back a few notches. But what we have learned and what is the difference is the way that we then love and nurture and offer that sense of compassion and kindness to bring ourselves back to a place of neutral, so that when we do move forward, there's nothing really been lost. There's just been a beautiful understanding and reflection on actually how much more we love and respect and value who we are and who we've become as a result of some of the difficult things that we've had to endure or the emotional experiences that we've been through. So I just want to kind of remind you of that. And the star in justice for me coming in, it is something that is beautifully hopeful about receiving the right outcome for exactly where you are at this moment in time, okay? And because I'm looking at you in this King of Wands energy, where you have this I'm just going to do it, I'm just going to go for it, even if all of the environment isn't kind of perfectly set up for this, even if I don't have all the answers, even if I'm not sure if I can fully trust myself or even this person or this project or whatever it is, fill in the dots, you're still going to go for it. And it's the essence of that just says, okay, screw it, let's do it. That is really the thing that is actually going to bring about the most healing and the most balance in your world this month. So look at where that's going to be showing up for you and how you actually need to kind of deploy that type of an approach. And it may not be in every area of your life, Leo, that's okay. But specifically, I think, the guides are saying there's one aspect that we can really allow that to happen. Now, Venus, let me just get that card because I've just dropped it on the floor. Okay, because we want this one. It's the Ace of Pentacles. And Venus is moving into Sagittarius, the fellow fire sign. So on the 7th of the month, we feel that cosmic shift. And what happens is we start to value our freedom more. We want to find that sense of space in our relationship with other people from a love perspective, but also in our relationship with money. So we want to have more freedom. We are looking to have a clear sense of what's coming in on the horizon and kind of hiring or looking for a higher ideal. We're opening up our sense of what we stand for, and it's changing, and we're educating ourselves in a really empowered way. Now, that's important because with the Ace of Pentacles, what it's showing me here is that you've gotten to the root of something, and it's taken some time, okay? I feel like it has taken you on a bit of a journey to kind of understand what is it going to take for me to be able to sustain my passion and my faith in relation to this aspect of my life right now, okay? And, what we're needing to do here, we talked about this a little bit last month, didn't we, in Virgo season, where we have to kind of have that rich, fertile soil, but we also have to decide what we're going to do with it and what we're going to plant in it. That's the Ace of Pentacles. It's saying, what am I planting in here? But, we haven't skipped this step of that healing process that's enabled us to say, well, okay, we can't release something until we've really understood it. So we've gone through this process, we've gotten to the root cause, now we're planting a seed of something new. And that's going to be taken forth with that energy and heart and passion of that King of Wands. And we want you to want more for yourself in relation to this. How is your value being written all over what you are doing and what you are saying and how you are showing up, regardless of where that's happening for you, Leo? So, some of the big main themes that might be playing out for you professionally or personally in your relationships is, what you're saying and how you're saying it. How is your value written all over it? And that's, the balance that we want to maintain here. But there's something exciting that's coming in with both of these ace energies. It's like a breath of fresh air. And what I want more than anything for you guys is that you are in a place where you're properly ready to receive it. Now, elementally, both the moons are really working in your favor this month, because the new moon in Libra, of course, that air sign, and then the full moon that's coming in Aries, a fellow fire energy, is really catalytic in sort of reminding you about what matters. Now, yes, it comes in a little bit intense and a bit fiery, and we may well be shooting from the hip in terms of what we have to say, but at the same time, it's really kind of clearing and cathartic. And if you think about the way that, your beautiful sacred fire can just clear and transmute through that negativity to allow this fresh beginning. So where we are looking specifically at relationships, there is a lot of hope here to be able to take something to a new level, or to come at it from a different perspective that's going to allow for growth for both parties. But also, if you're ready for that sense of independence, you really got this, Leo. Like, I really see that you are in a good, strong place to be able to kind of take a meaningful step forward if that's what you're looking for. I also think that you're in this place where, as we come into Scorpio season and we're lighting up that fourth house energy, we're learning how to root more powerfully into our own energy, and that's where the trust surfaces, but everything during that time is about coming really close to home, isn't it? And here we've got the Queen of Wands, so fire energy. You've got a lot of supportive influences coming in for you this month. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a walk in the park, because October as a month has this kind of jolt forward, lurching energy as all of these planets wake up from retrograde, and it kind of can feel a bit groggy, yourself, when you wake up from a deep sleep, and it just takes you some time to orientate yourself to the environment and what's changed and check in with how you're feeling. And so, October's one of these months where it's like, where are we? Is it here? Is it here? Like, what's happening? And you can see there is a lot happening, but you're just maybe a bit slower to kind of fully take it all in. And yet your Queen of Wands here holding on to this sunflower suggests that you are holding on to something that you feel is growing, okay? You're holding on to where you feel the light is coming in, and you're starting to see where the energy is moving. That's really important, because it's going to take you away from that energy of sort of who's the project that I need to work on, or investing your energy, just in the wrong places. And I think that's going to be really clear for you. Now, again, your Queen of Wands is a bit of a timing queen, isn't she? She comes in and says, it's happening. All of this fresh potential's coming through. You may get excited about some areas of your life. You may feel a bit unsure, because what does that mean for what I'm doing over here, and how is that going to change, and is it going to work, and how is it going to work, and there's a lot of questions that I feel like you're throwing up. And yet at the same time, she's just like, okay, if we know this is happening, and if we know it's inevitable, and we've locked into that vision, and we're ready to receive, which is really what I want you to be focusing more than anything your energy on, Leo, then the timing of it just becomes absolutely irrelevant. It just becomes irrelevant, because your state of presence and awareness to things is just going to fall into place step after step after step, okay? But there is this courage that I need you to tap into. And if you feel like you're having the wobble, that's okay. If you feel a bit doubtful about certain things, just check in as to how much you're feeling overly influenced. Maybe there's a bit of peer pressure. Maybe there's some, outside projection that's going on, and it's just causing you to continuously self-abandon. And, what we're really wanting you to do is kind of withdraw your energy and move away. Now, we've got the Six of Swords here, and, she's making her way through the clouds, and she does have some pretty heavy storm clouds kind of surrounding her. So I do feel just on your mind right now is some difficult themes that you're kind of trying to come to terms with. I think you're trying to wrap your head around something, and it's likely that you might have emerged a little bit battle weary from an experience. Now, the thing to remember with the Six of Swords is it's about, our rite of passage. It's like something about what you've been through, and even what you're still navigating is really carving out this beautiful sense of inner trust, this spiritual backbone, and this belief that actually, you know, everything in your life has purpose, because it does, no matter how insignificant you think it is, or how much you get annoyed or frustrated or angry about certain situations that have unfolded. Everything, spiritually speaking, has such immense value, because what it's doing is really bringing you home to yourself. Even if it feels at times you're moving further away, the ultimate gain of this whole soul journey that you're on is to do that. Now, you've got this anchor, and it's held by the star here. So we've got star energy. So there's something about you knowing where you need to go, and you're on your way, and you haven't dropped the anchor yet. So it's not quite come to fruition. We've got the ace energies. Remember the cycles, remember the seasons. Equinox has just taught you that we've entered into a new season. So you've not quite calibrated your energy to that. So give yourself a break already, Leo. You know, you don't need to get there straight away. And I know you feel the urgency in the sense of, okay, it's October, I've still got so much to get done by the end of the year, but stop looking at it from a linear time perspective. Look at it from how much I've evolved, where I've changed, what is this moment teaching me, this present moment. Because when you drop that anchor into that beautiful desert island there, you know, it's going to have all of the riches that you're looking for. It's going to have what you need, but you're also going to have to let go of the rain. The rain's going to have to fall. But actually on that desert island, you probably want somewhere to hold the rainwater, because you want that fresh supply of water. So you can see how something that's felt really heavy to carry has actually ended up being something that's really going to nourish you in some really powerful way. So I just need you to remember that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull us some oracle cards just to see how we're going to navigate or how we want to join this conversation rather. So just beginning with, oh, beautiful Treasure Island. I mean, you have really this lovely kind of theme playing out, don't you, with the islands going on here. And it literally does hold the riches, doesn't it? And there's something about, again, the timing. You know, when we look at sea turtles, they live for such a long time, don't they? So it's like, have patience, like things are coming together. And look at the crystal clear aqua water here. It's so beautiful. Just need you to remember that your clarity is coming here, Leo, okay? Your clarity is coming. All right, let's take a look and see how the Moonology cards just want to join this conversation. Okay. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. Okay, well, we're not long out of the new moon in Virgo, and of course we're looking at the energy exchange that's coming in terms of Libra season. But remember what I said, people as projects, you know, and maybe it's a time to give, but give in the right way, or give to the things that are going to nourish and sustain you. And maybe there are some relationships that you need to kind of take a second look at and see if there's more ways that you can show up for those to feel more balanced and really kind of hear what someone else has to say as well. So just keep that in mind. Temple of Mary, beautiful divine feminine energy, emotional expression, playful innocence, exploitation. Okay, and this is about really coming home to what matters, where your value system is right now, and how you are finding those sacred spaces with which to share, and really remembering parts of yourself that need to be nurtured and cultivated. And these moon energies, honestly, I feel like they're both going to be like a powerful statement for you this month, Leo. You know what you feel, and you know where you're going, and you know who can help you to get there. And now it's just a process of aligning and making sure that you are really giving yourself that sacred, soulful time to kind of connect into those parts of yourself that are ready to receive. So this is a general reading for October, Leo. If you'd like to join me for the extended, I'm going to go ahead and pull us some additional cards. So just think about a question that I might not have answered in the main spread. We'll pull a couple of cards for you on that just now. Okay, and now I'm just going to clarify this main 9-card spread. So beginning with the 5 of Pentacles, we have the 5 of Swords. Not a surprise. Let's just put all of that energy together so we can really deal with what it's about. And the Lovers, okay. So maybe specific to a relationship, may even be a Gemini energy coming in there. But we'll take a look at that 10 of Wands, yeah. Okay, so looking at the Ace of Wands here. Another 5 of Pentacles coming in. We're really getting to the root of your scarcity issues. And the Tower, interesting. 8 of Wands. Nine of Swords and the Star. You're getting so much reassurance here, even where you've got some fears activated. It's like the universe keeps coming in and saying, listen, this is going to be okay. I think sometimes kind of what gets caught up in our way of thinking it can feel so real, can't it, when we play those stories out? King of Pentacles, Ten of Cups coming in there. Interesting. Queen of Pentacles showing up with your Justice card. I like this for you. Knight of Swords, Seven of Cups. And we've got water energy coming in there with the Queen of Cups as well. I like your Hermit showing up. It's just giving sage, wisdom. Okay, Three of Cups. Beautiful. Knight of Wands energy. You have so much fire on your side here. And there's that Ace of Cups with your island coming through. Okay. Just one more, Leo. Oh, actually two wanted to come out, so let's take them both. Nine of Wands, Knight of Cups. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. If you'd like to join me for the extended, you can find the link for that in the description box and the comment section underneath. I'm going to wish you beautiful blessings for this month. You take good care, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.